Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening on the Mysterious JG. This game's getting interesting. And if it weren't for me trying to follow the historical path, I would say that we had reached... I don't know. I'm feeling pretty confident after those victories against the Hojo. And this game... Oh, hold on one second here. Let me get my... I just swapped out controllers before starting to record and then didn't bother to get this one connected. And when you hold the Kantō, you win. So I'm pretty excited about how well things are going in that last campaign against the Hojo. But, well, we've got kind of an unusual position here. So I did that thing that I've mentioned before. I just got done playing around, not recording, because I was just trying one or two things to see if we could get the Takeda to attack us. And in fact, the provisions are back up to getting close to half at these frontline Takeda cities against Katsurao. And one or two things I tried off screen did not get them to attack. So I think I'm at a spot where I just keep playing and keep trying to get them to attack Katsurao, and otherwise just play the game. And if we hit a point where we have to start a new scenario, I will feel bad about it. Because honestly, I'm already of a mind that, like, okay, get to a point where we've really expanded and save that and have that be our canon path and carry that through to winning the game, and then go in and just kind of showcase the other events by jumping in right before they happen and playing just long enough to show the events so that you guys can see all the events. But unfortunately, the Battle of Kawakanejima is a precursor to something that really feels like it should be how we wrap up the story of Shingen. If not, we can do some other stuff with Shingen, like restore the Shogunate. Well, these... Hold on a second. I changed stuff around. So we can do Bring Down the Tiger of Kai and have that be our big ending. Because the Takeda clan has annihilated affiliated efforts added in the Gao clan. We can do that, but that does have a prerequisite. Battles of Kawakanejima event has occurred. And Battles of Kawakanejima is the one that I seem to have blown by by having taken Katsurao Castle. Everything else we need is going to happen on its own, including, I think, Kanzuke's scheme. I'm not seeing that because it's not one of our events, but off screen I did quick switch. That is a Takeda event, but the prerequisites for it are set up. So if we can get them to take Katsurao Castle from us, it was a mistake for me to take it way back when. If we can get them to take it, we're good. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe I blitz through off screen and get to this similar position, or to start at a later position. But I mean, actually beating the... part of the reason I'm being able to have a lot of success against the Hojo and the Takeda in recent events is that, hey, we're drawing... Well, I guess Shibata was always going to be ours because we inherited it as part of an event. And to be honest, these troops over here are going to be useful against the Takeda. They're too far away from the Hojo to play a big role there. So, you know, taking over the territory of the Jinbo and the Kitabataki, if that's what they're called, and I'm not confusing them with someone else. This is going to be all good when it's time to attack the Takeda from this side. And they will be useful when it's time to just whittle the Takeda down to just having Tsuchigasaki as their last base. But against the Hojo, I think we've got, like, yeah, it's just a matter of not getting counterattacked by the Takeda to fight the Hojo. I think Katsurao made a big difference because without Katsurao Castle here, their border with, I guess their border isn't on Kasugeyama. It's probably on Iyama. My point I'm trying to get at is, if they had this castle, we'd be in a very similar position. We're using the same paths to transport our troops, but they might be able to use tactics to undermine Kasugeyama Castle, which would hurt us. But honestly, if we can get them to take that castle, then I can jump around and do whatever other historical events I want to do. do the events where Shingen or where Kenshin is fighting the Oda. We'll never get those now because I've broken the Oda history by taking Hideyoshi Hashiba for R4s. Do the events about like almost as a coda to the main Let's Play. I can do a couple of videos about, okay, here's what was supposed to have happened, and here's Kenshin, and here's the succession crisis. We can play through those events. But if we can get them to take this, we can get a fictional but still put in the game as a cool ending, optional ending, where you take out Shingen, and I think that's awesome. There's a couple of things we can do to try to get them to attack Katsurao Castle. And for one thing, we need all of these units to return home. And I need to get just enough time to pass that these units disappear off the map and start filtering back to their home castles, because that'll mean the officers become available for transfer. We have a proposal from Jaxors. She wants to make friends with the Ashikaga clan. I think that is true. We do want to do that. We can use Toll Panzer for that. We can use Jaxors for that. Because I think we're already doing Imperial Court, right? Yeah, Elitist Grandma's doing Imperial Court. So let's do Goodwill with the Ashikaga. Because I think at one point I thought they were the same, and now I'm not sure. But we'll get Jaxor's Baldo to do it if
Consider it taken care of.
Toll Panzer is occupied with other duties. Provision requisition just costs gold and labor. I think we'll hold off. Don't want to raise Gujo Hachiman. I do want to hire several Ronins, including Takachika Miyazaki, have reached out. I'll be introducing 2 Ronins. I would like my lord to decide whether to bring them in or not. Trying to do his old man voice that Lethal does. Here's some guy. He's an Asaki retainer. He served as Supreme General during the Kasai Asaki riot. Supreme Ninja. Supreme Ninja. Losing his castle at the Date, he fled and hid in Akita region. His stats are kind of This guy's stats are also pretty He originally served the Jinbo. He later saved the Oda, but defected to the Uesugi. The Oda defeated him and he committed suicide. We will hire them both.
I shall serve you well.
We are not going to do raise. We've just about perfected our main base, which is kind of fun. I do not want a garden here. What I want to end up with, every place that has 2 slots should have a commons and a depot. And every place that has 3 slots should have a commons, a depot, and probably a market. So we can get a market there, but I'm not sure if I'm in a huge rush for it. So you are, oh, you're building a depot. I just started at dirt. Okay, once you're done, you just seize the remaining things, and you've got the stuff we want to end up with. Let's build a depot here. So we need to let enough pass for these units to disappear. We will get our trading town. So here's the stage 1 of my plan. We're going to transfer the entire officer corps of Katsurao over to this new castle. Lita's grandma will continue his diplomacy with the Imperial Court from a closer facility. And there will be no officers at Katsurao Castle. That will drastically reduce its stats. Although it is fully developed, so we'll still get all the food, and we'll still get the coin. But its stats will be much lower. And a thing I found out off screen, we can still march troops out of there. The Katsurao Chamberlain can lead units, but he'll have terrible stats too. So although it wasn't enough to get the Takeda to attack me, I can now have a castle with no officers defending it and march the troops out away from the castle. And I think just the fact that we are a bigger clan with more troops than the Takeda now is making them a little squeamish about attacking us. But, oh, this is interesting. We've got places here that are already fully developed. I didn't necessarily think that would be the case. Officer relieved by the Lord is on a mission or making a submission. Are you wanting to cancel?
I'm deeply grateful.
That might be Lita's grandma. Let's see if... No, he's still in place. Interesting. I'm hoping that what we're going to find out is that we're getting titles and stuff. Like, if the Shogun and the Imperial Court give two different sets of titles, we're at like... We're working our way to upper 9th class, which is pretty low considering how many titles we've gotten from the Shogun. So I think it's two different sets of things. And we are going to get irrigation canal going. I don't have enough for a rice dealer, so let's get an irrigation canal.
Leave this to me.
Now, I got confused before. When I went postal system and it has the it changes the size of the governance rate range, and it says castles with it goes from 22 to 22. I was like, what the hell? It's not even growing. Yeah, at this point. Oh, hold on, I got a sneeze coming on. Sorry. At this point, I haven't seized any castles outside of the range. I made a point of not doing that. So I do need to get this and see if it lets us seize more stuff in the Kantō. And that's another thing I tried quick off screen. It does. So we do want to do this. It's going to lower our gold income. It's still a good idea. This would just creep up our yeah, this isn't worth 2,000 a month right now. 2,000 a month right now. Town law. This unlocks resupply bases, which I don't know how they work or what they are. And it's your easy comer. Okay, this is finally now expensive enough that it wouldn't be beneficial to do. This would increase my soldiers, but not by a huge, huge, huge amount. Don't care. I'm not using muskets other than I got the basic level of gun technology just so I could get gun towers, and now I'm not using them as much as I had been. I need to think about getting this one going so that I can do better cavalry and build stables and other facilities. This would drop my gold down to... Oh, I don't have enough officers available. Alright, honor commendation. Bestow. Amakusa Shiro Tokisara will become the statesman. That's not who that is. Moroharu Kanagami will become the courageous.
I've never known such joy.
Masayori Takanashi will become the experienced. Have you ever been experienced? Fusada Nukui will become a
Have
statesman.
my thanks.
Kirinori Hirahata will become courageous. Ukan Matsukura will become a
Have my
courageous.
thanks.
He's also got special healing powers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You are so stupid. Captain Hideyoshi. Time for Kuroki. Trade. If I were to sell, we've got... You know... Probably want to watch this now because I'm down to... Let me see what's actually going on at... Yeah, I'm at only about half capacity now because I have been marching a lot. So let's not jump up and do that. Postal system we're working on, though. Okay. So all my troop counts come up here a little bit. Wait a second. I was allowed to use the Chamberlain before. Oh. Hold on.
Your orders, if you please. It shall be ours.
Let's see if they will let us just steal that castle. And, so one thing I do want to do is I want to keep an eye out for Bondbreaker and try it if I get it. Because off-screen, I decided not to use it against the Takeda. And I tried something that pulled the Takeda out as to help the Hojo. And then I was thinking, that might have sucked off troops and stopped them from attacking me. Like, if they weren't willing to help the Hojo, they might have instead helped themselves to my castle. But now, Kagatora Nagao returns to Kyoto. Some time ago, Kagatora Nagao visited the capital, but due to Shogun Yoshiteru Ashikaga's absence, they were not able to meet. But this year, with just a few of his companions, Kagatora decided to visit the capital once again. Finally, his wish to see Yoshiteru in person came true.
Success!
So you are Kagatora Nagao. I hear you are quite the reliable warrior.
I would like you to hear this.
Yes, but I must beg your pardon, as my reason for coming here is to request to be appointed the post of Kantō Kanrei, if you would allow it, Shogun. I understand. It seems that Noramasa has fled from Kanto. I suppose he was unable to bear the burden of his responsibilities.
Very good. I've no qualms.
With the Uesugi's main branch in peril, your strength has secured control of Rechigo. I have no objection towards your inheritance of Kantō Kanrei.
I am very grateful.
I am most pleased to have your approval. Without reservation, I will cross the mountains to Kanto and do battle with the Hojo. It has become my moral duty. In this chaotic world, power is expressed through action over words. I prove a great example to this, for despite my being shogun, I am powerless. Countless times have I been made to flee from the capital.
I must acknowledge my mistake.
The Miyoshi, the Matsunaga. I am surrounded by brutes who thirst for power greater than the Ashikaga's authority, and yet I am forced to rely on them in order to keep my place. Shogun. There are few warriors as learned and honorable as yourself left in this world. Meeting with you has been a most precious occasion. Trust that you have my cooperation.
Not a problem.
Not a problem, dude. You lack the appropriate pedigree for the Kanrei of Kanto, therefore you shall take a character from my name. From now on, you shall elevate your dignity and be known as Terutora. This is far beyond what I deserve. I am but a retainer of the Uesugi. My position should not exceed that of a vassal to the Shogun. While I am pleased to receive this great honor, I believe it only proper to accept it only after I have cleared out the Hojo, restored order to the Kanto, and inherited the Kanrei. Is that so? You are a man without greed. You may have it your way, Kagatora, and please stay here in the capital as long as you can lend me your support.
I understand perfectly.
Yes, Shogun. Shogun? Your words are too kind. I will serve you to the best of my ability. And as near as I can make out, this is true. Like, the idea that he refused these honors because of humility, some of that may have been for show and for political purpose. But Kenshin was one of the few people who seemed to really want to uphold the Ashikaga shogunate rather than seizing power for himself. Am I wrong about that? Would he have made himself the shogun given the chance? It's hard to say. But he seemed to really have a true conviction about fighting the Hojo, who had usurped the Uesugi that his Nagao clan had supported. He seemed to have a real hatred for Shingen, who, as we'll see, has kind of used the trappings of Buddhism to lend legitimacy to what was truly a selfish desire to seize the capital. And he doesn't like Nobunaga, who isn't really a big power yet, but Nobunaga is somebody who will welcome the aid of outsiders from the west to bolster his forces, while again trying to destroy the old order. Kenshin, or Kagetora as he's known now, is definitely an old guard who thinks that his duty as a member of the warrior class is to support the shogun and thereby bring peace to the land. So he's a very different character from Nobunaga, but still pretty badass. Despite their vast difference in station, Yoshiteru and Kagetora developed an affinity towards each other during their first encounter. They vowed to support each other from then on. It is not recorded how long Kagetora stayed in the capital, but it is assumed that the stay was prolonged at Yoshiteru's request. During that time, Kagetora would also meet and establish a relationship with Sakahisa Kono, the chief advisor, and other prominent figures within the capital. This is an emergency. Nanbu clan has taken Anto clan's main base, Hiyama Castle. Oh no, now the Nanbu clan's awesome power has shaken the earth.
What a surprise.
Ha! What a marvelous victory against the Anto clan. The Nanbu clan can really fight. Well. Oh, and it's too late now. So apparently the Nanbu had already taken... And these Nanbu clan troops? These are Date troops. So the Date are now fighting the Nanbu. Which was probably always inevitable. But it is too late now for me to take territory up in this direction, unless I want to fight the Nanbu for it. The Date and the Nanbu, not going to bother to make nice with the Nanbu, because I've got some reasonably powerful castles that are on that border, and the Date have actually cut it off. So they would have to take territory from the Date before they can threaten me. The Date are my allies. The Nanbu are not to be sneezed at, but they are weaker than the Date, and I am significantly stronger than either. Although, you may not like so powerful that I don't have to worry about them at all. Bondbreaker ploy. Let's give it a shot.
I have something to propose.
They are already hostile with me, so this may prove somewhat difficult. Use your best judgment. Oh, I don't have any labor. Misinformation will mess with the Takeda. I don't want to do that right now. Raise would be against the Takeda. I don't want to do that. What I want to think about is... I don't know how long I should wait before I march on the Hojo again, but I might want to move pretty quickly and aggressively. But let's see what... Yeah, because I don't think the Takeda are going to move against me while I'm... I don't think the Takeda are going to move against me while I've got... Well, no, I got to get Katsugiyama Castle powered up. Never mind, let's wait. Let's not be super crazy. Or super low. So Yama Temple has an irrigation canal.
Then, let's begin.
Our allies are in danger. I think he's talking about the Date and... Alright, Bondbreaker ploy.
I have a solid idea.
She doesn't seem to think this is going to work, but...
Will you hear me out?
Leave the dirty work to me. We will try. They're already hostile against us. I'm not going to make matters any worse. Let's get a rice dealer.
Consider it taken care of.
I had thought about one thing we could do is pursue, and I would have to take Sakurabora Castle away from the Takeda. But I could expand my Daimyo province range. And I ended my first playthrough by taking control of, not Shikoku, what is the name of this zone? Hokuriku. I could do that again, because taking control of any of these provinces gives a boost to all the castles in that province. So we could definitely do that, but I think it is more logical now to attack the Hojo than to expand all the way out here against the Asakura. I could knock out a couple of cities in Asakura territory based on this first expansion. But they are trying to turn this into a defense base. They are, yeah. I think they kind of feel me breathing down their necks a little bit.
How delightful.
Postal system level 1 has been issued. This will further improve the condition of our clan. Inside against Toishi. No. Raise we're not going to do either. Okay, he is considered to be marching the, quote, Chamberlain. Oh, I need to switch my substitutes out. So you are an infantry leader. Let's get a chief in there.
You have my thanks.
Sakon Shima is an infantry leader. We need to find him a better job.
I'm in your debt.
You are a chief. You are a chief. You are a chief. You are a chief. You are an infantry leader. Let's put in. I'm putting in these low loyalty chiefs. I don't know if it helps them.
I'm deeply grateful.
You are an infantry leader. I'm wondering if this work gets reset when I put in a chief. We can make it get done faster by putting in a higher pole chief.
I'm deeply grateful.
The answer is it does not look like it resets. Okay. So if I had one more... Yeah, we don't want a fortress here. We probably want a gold booster instead. I only have enough labor to seize something. And are you... You are already seizing a farm. Alright, so I don't actually have enough to do anything in any of the places where I want to do anything. Fully developed. Crops 20% up. We have a rice dealer. So let's get another irrigation canal going immediately.
Consider it taken care of.
And you... We can get a market going. Can I negotiate? Maybe...
I will speak only of what needs speaking.
I was kind of hoping somehow... Okay, maybe I'll wait till they're actually fighting this unit. And then I can negotiate a truce and give that castle away right away. That would be crazy if I can do that.
Marvelous.
Ooh, we managed to bond breaker ploy. The Hojo clan and Takeda clan are now at odds with each other, and we no longer provide reinforcements to each other.
It's to be a field battle.
They were
Take
wiped out
formation.
instantly. Fortunately, we'll have to retreat. Okay, well, they are now agitated. I'm going to call that a win anyway. Because we want to... like, maybe if I had more troops, if I waited a little longer, we could have got them to... But they're agitated against each other. It means I can now launch a big attack against the Hojo, and the Takeda will not come to reinforce, which may mean that they'll instead choose to attack me. We can hope. It's weird how hard I tried not to get the Takeda to attack before, and now that's all I want. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. When we come back next time, I think we're going to march en masse against the Hojo. Thanks for watching.